Sup guys, this is Desrow. We have a PvZ today. It's a replay analysis. I usually don't do those. Usually I do guides, but I thought that game was pretty good, so I thought I could analyze it for you guys. So this build is a mix. That guy played really weird. All right, so this build is like is a playstyle I picked up lately. Minigun convinced me to do that. I'm not a big fan of Colossus, but they're pretty useful at clearing the broodlings, killing the lings, killing the infestors, and they basically are great support for your stalkers to kill the broodlords. So because Blizzard is retarded and the maps are too small. Oh, by the way, this pawn on here was me thinking it was in a PvZ, so I put a pawn on here, and then I played it a little greedy because I'm gonna make second pawn on before the forge. So you'll see, like, my build will be funky in the beginning, but I think the way I played the game later on was just great, and I think it could be inspirational for some of you folks out there that are struggling with PvZ. So yeah, one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of this style is, or one of the reasons you have to use this style is because Blizzard is retarded. It's giving us really small maps to work with. They haven't added Whirlwind. The biggest map is Entomb, and half the time it's close position. So yeah, you just have to suck it up and do the style. Right now in Wings of Liberty, of course, Art of the Swarm, you'll have Tempest. So like I said, I did, yeah, one thing, we'll go back. One thing is, we'll go back. We'll put it faster so I don't miss anything again. So I made the Palan, then the Forge and the main, then the gate. So that was a little greedy. And one thing to note is the lings usually will come around like 350 if they want to push you. Sometimes they'll never come. That's because they're making two lings. They're scouting behind the mineral line, and then they want to take a quick third. So sometimes they'll only make two lings. Sometimes they'll make four and try to push you. The downside of them pushing you is that you have to delay your gases, maybe cut a probe, and make a wall of gates. Of course, here is even worse because I had to make two extra gates because my forge was in the main. Usually I don't do that, but like I said, I thought it was a PvP or something. So he comes here, that delays my gas, and I'm like scared. I'm really scared, so I could have added the gases, I could have chronoed sooner and everything. So like the early game was a little sloppy from me, but you know, it's a 27-minute replay, so there's gonna be lots of fun coming up. I struggle to talk there. Here, this probe's gonna die. You can send another probe and save it. Well, the probe from the tower is what's gonna kill it. Like, I was gonna send another, well, this probe, no, I mean, this probe was, yeah, I could have saved it with him. What you do is you send a probe out, then you attack move, and then the lings will either get blocked because this probe is on mineral walk, or since they're like on attack command, maybe you didn't like click on this probe specifically, then they're gonna start attacking this probe, so then you pull that probe back too. But yeah, I can save it. So I'm being a little sloppy here. The core's already built. I was like, the core's so late. So this guy had a really weird style. Double gas, late third, into quick peck, and then a third. So it was really weird here for a second. And by the way, this gas was a trick. He went double gas. So I thought maybe he had like 3 gas in the main, and he was maybe going like Overlord drop with 3 gas, or maybe mutas or infestor or something. But no, he just went double gas, and this style is very unique what he did. But I ended up, once I'm going to scout with my observer, I'm going to count how many gas he has, and I'm going to figure out his gas situation. Like, you can just count, like, this is fresh, this has been going on for like 150, and you'll see when I scout with my observer. So because I think yeah, this cannon wasn't necessary. I think it might be OV drop, it might be muta. I make a cannon here just to be safe. I go 4 gates. Here I'm a little supply block. That was unfortunate. But I've been getting better at supply block simply because I've been not looking at the chat during games, which is a really helpful way of playing better. So this cannon is a really good cannon of mine. I haven't talked about my wall. I like this wall because the entrance is here, so the cannon can support it. The downside of this cannon is they can attack with 2 lings, this building, so you kind of have to be careful. And the beauty of this wall is that you can kill the rocks with the cannons. So the observer comes in, I'm like, what's going on. So I see layer right away. Then I click on the gases. You'll see. I'm clicking right now. I'm like, all right, I'm figuring out what you're doing. This was really a pain in the butt, but there's nothing I can do with all the links he's making. Worker count, I'm not cutting because I'll need to take my third eventually. Then I'm scouting. I'm like, all right, so you're doing a 2-base and Fester. What's going on? So I never played versus this, but it turned out that I did decent. I'm going Robo Bay because you need a Colossus versus Infestors. Oh, it's been crashed here. So now I've got one observer. Usually you want to make 2. 1 to see when he's going hive, and 1 for his army. Is he adding a lot of roaches? Yes. Then you can't start harassing. You have to make sure you defend, because if they make roaches, they might want to bust you before broodlords, which is what he's gonna do. So I'm gonna keep track. We'll just put my vision right now so I can follow my observer. My observer is back here. I thought maybe he could do like not do anything with the roach warren and do burrow and fester. So I kept my observer here. So yeah, I'm keeping making some probes. Getting supply block a little bit. Sending out I'm trying to grab the tower the whole game is really good. You know, especially at low levels, those Zergs have so poor multitasking that they usually won't retake it. On this map and on Cloud, you can put it in between the tower, which makes it harder for Lings to kill it. Right now he's got really good Ling upgrades, and that's the thing to notice. If you see like he had double double Evo Chamber, so you kind of have to assume that he wants to go for Broodlords. Because if he only has 1 Evo Chamber, then it's like Roach Warren, maybe a Roach Max. And if he doesn't have like a melee upgrade, but if he has this, you know he wants to go to late game because he wants his Broodlord to have like the Broodlings have really good attack upgrade. So right now I'm floating a lot. The reason I'm floating a lot is because I want to make my gates here instead of my main, which really helps for defense. Some people don't do this. Some people will make it in the main. Usually, like there's a few styles of expanding. If you expand with Stargate, usually you want to have 6 gates before you expand. Otherwise, you won't have enough to hold off pressure. So, but I expanded with 4 gates and a few immortals and a lot of sentries. So I'm doing fine right now. I'm doing fine. There's a cord that keeps bugging with my mouse. So you know now you cleared the tower again. I see a fort. I see a few roaches. So I have to be careful. I have a zealot here because if I ever grab the tower and I see nothing, he might flank me here. So that's a great position to have a zealot. I gambled a little bit and I went double robo right away. He might have like not make any drones and all in me, and this would be too big of an investment. So I'm taking a little gamble, doing the 16-16 usual stuff. I had a lot of probes. You see, like I had a lot of probes even before I grabbed that base. Like I need 2 more probes and I'm done. Don't know if I'm gonna be making them. 66 is the number I like. Transforming the gates. I should have added a second forge schooner, which would have helped me for the late game. Now I see this. This is a lot of roaches, my friends. I've invested a lot of gas into those roaches. I've invested a lot of minerals into those roaches. I don't have money for walls of spines. Well, you had money, but he had like a better economy than me from the beginning, because this base is just fresh. So winning this game, that's why I was so happy that I won this game, because I played really well even though I was behind. But yeah, I want to attack you. This amount of roaches I want to attack you or play safe. Maybe he thought I was going to all in or something. Since he basically has 0 vision of my base. I don't know why he didn't contaminate this. It's always good to leave a few stalkers in the main to intercept an overseer and kill it. So I see he's moving out. I think I'm going to try to keep track of this. The issue when you go double Robo Colossus is you're really short on gas or stalkers. So I have to make zealots. I could have made a couple cannons, but I didn't, unfortunately for me. But yeah. So now I wanted to force field here if he was coming, so that's why those were a little out of position. But yeah, just force field and then this. Alright, so this will fuck up your probes if you don't pull them. And you kind of need to focus it with your Colossus so that Like you see, like I have a Colossus on it. I'm gonna have the second Colossus on it. I pulled the probes. I lost the sentry, but I pulled the probes, and then he goes for the Nexus snipe. And this would have made me lose the game, by the way. And yeah, I was 13 HP. So I was really happy. He's at 90 drones right now. Life is difficult. Life of a Protoss. So I've got my 4 Colossus. Usually 4 is a magic number. Like 3 is the magic number, but there's always going to be one fatty Colossus stuck behind. So the 4th one is to help the the 4th one is basically the fatty Colossus that's fucking worthless. So the first 3 are useful. So I'm adding more gates. My supply is a bit low right now. I should have made more stalkers. I was just trying to set up. Some warp prism harass. So my warping was was really sloppy actually. So now I'm like, holy shit, I have a lot of money. Let's warp in. And I see that he wants to go for the snipe. Realistically, if I had more stalkers here, maybe I could have saved more Colossus. Maybe I could have done better. I've got some cannons because I knew he was gonna try that again. There was no reason not to try it at 13 HP with barely no shield. So he tries it again. Got some corruptors ready for the Broodlord transition. Let's look at my gates. I probably didn't warp in as good as I could have, but well, so far I'm doing good. I'm trying to focus on the infested parents here with the Colossus, and yeah. So right now, during that, I sent some warp prisms to harass, which is what. Sorry, which is like what you have to do, right? If you send warp prisms and they're not attacking, it's going to be easier for them to defend. So in any matchup, if you send a warp prism while you see their army moving out on the map, this is fucking great to do. One thing I do, although it's not being done right now, is this one will be hotkeyed on 7. This one is on control tilde. Second, yeah, that one I never realized it was there, and yeah. I knew I made 3, but anyway, so this survived. Right now I'm chasing a little bit of corruptors to try to snipe them. Gonna snipe this base, gonna drop some more zealots here. I see the Greater Spire. This is a very good position for his Greater Spire. That's the middle of his bases. It's gonna be really hard to snipe. So I'm just gonna buy time with zealots and grab my base. There's not much else I can do. Need to repump the Colossus. That was a little late. This base getting mined out. Chad Minigun is the one who told me to do this style, which is very good. But there's one thing I disagree with him, is that if your main's mining out, there's no reason to go above 66 probes. Well, there's no reason to go above 70. He says like you should do 78, but this base is gonna mine out, and like you don't need that many. You don't need this to be at 16. It could be at 14 plus the gas is filled, which is like 70 probes. Exactly. So yeah. So I was a little bit behind on probes. But if this base is still mining and you grab a comfortable fort, and it's not a map like Kohana, so like basically Daybreak, like any other map except Ohana, because this, like every other map taking a 5th, like Daybreak, Cloud Kingdom, not Antigua, so Daybreak, Cloud Kingdom, and Entomb, securing a 5th is easy. This map is fucking retarded for a 5th. Like he's struggling, I'm struggling, everyone's struggling. So if you can have 3 mining bases at all time, yeah, at all time, then it's okay to go to 78 probes. Because yeah, if you can have like 3.5 mining bases at all time. So like if you'd have a 5th, that would be like 4 bases, and this one's being mined out. Yeah. Anyway, the probe. I'm OCDing a little bit on the probes, but it's an important part. If you have too many probes, you're gonna die. Also, if you have too many probes, if like this base is mining, like if this is mined out and this is about to mine out, sack some probes. There's no reason to be at 66. So the goal is, once you have 4 Colossus, you always keep making Warp Prisms to buy time. Usually the Stargate, you want to build it around 14-15 minutes, so you can have that Mama ship. Here the game was a little delayed, and then once you have the Mama ship building, you want to get Storm. Here I got extremely lucky. I don't know how I lived. My Warp Prisms were not doing shit. He's moving out. I'm like, alright, I need to harass, I need to warp in. As I'm going to warp in some Templars. This base is poorly saturated. Like, I left too many here, I think. It's 4. No, that's fine. But, yeah, he kept trying to take this base. Yeah, I have some Templars. I have some Colossus. This is gonna kill my gates. That's gonna cut my production. It's gonna be really sad. You see the army value? Could he have done a better job in that fight? Probably. But it doesn't matter. I won bitches. So in a situation like this, there's no reason to rush it. My Templars are fresh. They don't have Storm. I'm not maxed, and I'm not gonna be maxed because I don't have enough pylons. Plus, I'm not gonna have enough gates. But I'm just buying time right now. You know, like the broodlings die pretty quickly. 3-3, like I said, if they get the lings early upgrade, they're gonna have really good broodlings. So now he's gonna snipe that base, of course. Still not at 1000 HP, you fucking worthless Nexus. So I'm warping some stalkers. And now I see like his ground army is not so in a such good position. So I tried to blink. I'm gonna snipe 2 broods, and then I'm gonna force field here because I had some sentries. Why not? I didn't want the infestors to get so close to fungal, because keep in mind the fungal range has been nerfed. So he pulls back a little bit, gives me my time to get storm research, which I chronoed. Gives me time. Now I think I'm gonna go back and chrono those gates. Maybe not. But anyway, I didn't have any warpins right now, so I'm really sad. And then move in with the Templars. I tried to storm as much as I can the broods. Warpin from behind. Did I chrono yet? No. So I warpin from behind, and I holded this push. The unit lost that. He's lost more. In a situation like this, right now there's no reason like to kill that brood. So I'm gonna take all my stalkers and try to chase. Like that brood's gonna die eventually. I'm gonna try to kill as many as I can, like this overseer. Am I gonna get it? Oh, I'm sad. Oh, I'm sad. Alright, War Prisms. There was one prism here that I sent during the fight. He sent some lings. It didn't kill so much. This is okay. 200 minerals for energy. Oh, I could have saved it. I thought like it was dead for sure. Am I gonna save it? Oh, that's really bad of me. That's really bad of me. But yeah, I was busy, you know, making sure I don't die. So I rebuild this base. I took the probes that were long distance mining and I put them there. Oh, did I not fix the gases here? Oh, I'm disappointed. So I know this base is fresh. I know he spent a lot making that army, and that army died. Right now I'm gonna go back to 4 Colossus. I was too broke for the 4th one. So I'm pushing this base. You see his bank, like his supply is monstrous, but his bank is not that good. What is his supply actually? A lot of lings. So that's good for me. A lot of lings and broodlords and corruptors. There's no reason to rush any engagements right now. The longer I wait, the more vortex I have. Keeping 3. Usually you want to keep 4 Templars. I have 5 because there was 1 left over from the battle that couldn't be made into an Archon, and he had decent amount of energy. But yeah. Alright, so this fight, I don't know why he took this fight. I don't know why I took this fight. I don't have a pylon close by. This base not built. Army value is like, but I don't know what happened. So one thing I do in PvZ, I was talking about, I put my War Prism on 7. I don't do that when I have a mothership. I put my mothership on 7 so I can micro it better. So my hotkey setup in PvZ is everything on 1, Stalkers on 2, Templars on 3, Observer on 6, and War Prism mothership on 7. Just right now it was an hotkey, so that's why I struggled here a little bit. So he doesn't have that many infestors, as you can see. That's why it's making this, I'm feeling a bit comfortable. All I see is lings, which are stormable. Storms weren't so great. It could have been a little bit more here. But yeah, and now I'm like, what are you doing? So so he had a bit of leftovers here. I don't have any pylons, so I'm not gonna warp in. But yeah, I just storm as much as I could, and then I transformed my Templars to make sure it would go into the Archon toilet. Now I'm gonna warp in. And I'm by the way, I'm remaking that wall. I really like that wall. Because link counterattacks are really good on this map. And then, the slaughter! So I kind of got lucky there, kind of got lucky here. But you know, StarCraft 2 is a game of sometimes luck, sometimes you play on your opponent's mistakes. And yeah, he doesn't have that great of a bank. I mean, he has 2,000 minerals, but that's not gas. He has no infestors. At that point, there's no reason for, oh yeah, that Colossus is going to be left behind for a little bit. At that point, there's no reason for me to ever move out or attack. Oh yeah, he's going to make the Ultra switch. That was funny. So he's going to keep trying to take this base. I retook that base. I transferred from here. Yeah. So like I said, remaking this wall, the cannons was a little unnecessary, maybe. Maybe I could have made one with his odd on all position. But like I said, link counterattacks really good on this map. It's a very large map. It's really hard to have like a zealot like here to cover this base, a zealot here to cover this base. Sometimes it's hard to have both towers. So yeah. At that point, do I need 2 War Prism Harass? Not really. Simply because he's making 8 ultras. Simply because my money's not that great, and he has to play defensive. He's not able to grab that base. His creep spread's not so good. His spines, there's a lot of them. But yeah, I could have harassed here if I see him move out or something. But this, like the thing with War Prism Harass on this map is very easy for them to turtle on 4 base. Like you see, he's been able to keep like those 4 bases the whole game, and you know, he's gonna keep his army here. If he sees me moving to his fort, he's gonna move his army here. But it takes nothing to go here, so. I'll move out again. Again, 5 Templars. That's not really what I wanted. Alright, so at that point, you'll see like this was a little wrong. The reason it was wrong is I don't think I could have took the fight. Like, look at the army value. That's much greater. And I wasn't expecting ultras. So like, let's put my vision. So like now I see ultras. I'm like, oh shit. I'm not ready for this. So I'm gonna fungal. He's gonna put everything in the vortex. He's gonna put everything in vortex. If there's ultras and I put archons, they will get killed quickly. I could mix in maybe a few more immortals. I already have 2 immortals. I have 3 colossus. I think I'm gonna remake colossus. I'm gonna make archons. Archons are great, really great against ultras. Doesn't seem like I'm making any colossus, but yeah. Basically, I just want to get max before fighting him. This is scary. Like I could, because like there's like he could have like neuraled my colossus or my mothership and just like kill me. Like this is a really scary army with really good upgrades, so there was no reason to pick that fight. Maybe I should have scouted better. Now I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable, close to max. But really I should have been max before attacking. That's kind of silly of me, but I was grabbing this base because this, well actually this base wasn't gonna mine out on this one either, but oh, any probes. Yeah, I guess I should have remade a bit more probes if I grabbed this base. But yeah, I'm storming as much as I can. I should have feedback the overseers. And yeah, then he left the game. So this game was really funky. I like his style of like grabbing a really late third with you know, like gases here, faking you out with this gas, just going macro. Almost died here. The creep spread here, I mean, that could have been prevented if I made like maybe if I didn't get supply block so much and stuff. I could have added a quicker third. And then yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I tried to explain as many stuff as I usually do in the game. You know, if I missed something that you didn't understand, you can ask me in chat right now because I'm streaming this, or you can ask me in the comment section below. So I hope you enjoyed it. You can always follow me on Twitch and Twitter and Facebook. Everything is / desrowfighting. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you really enjoyed it, I might make more replay analysis. So I guess this is replay analysis number 1 PvZ, I guess. So yeah, thanks and peace!